Tonight, we've got Ai-MO Polysseum action for you. Expect plenty of naval combat on archipelago maps with scouts, rammers, and bombers, followed by a massive land battle with some action on the water as well. Let's jump right into it.
Hello everyone, welcome to Ai-MO Polysseum. I'm mickzoo, aka Gato Azul. We have some exciting games for you today, and together with me, fantastic guests, great friends of Polytopia, Mr. BlueberryCheesecake and the WannyBoy. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hi there.
Yeah, so before we jump into the games, maybe let's talk about Ai-MO first. So what can you tell me about this tribe? They are, strong, and the weak points. What's their what do they get at the beginning as a tech? It has changed a bit recently, so you play differently with them. So talk about that before we start.
All right. Well, Ai-MO is a bit of a special tribe. Unlike many other tribes who either start with a unit that can help them attack, can help them fight, or with a more economical tech that can help them develop quickly, Ai-MO starts with a tech that makes the rest of their tech cheaper. So Ai-MO is really a tribe that has a lot of options to develop their tech tree quickly at the cost of some early economy.
Yeah, they live by the quote of William Shakespeare, which is something about jack of all trades and being a master of none or something. But the rest of the quote is often misunderstood because a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one.
Okay, that sounded very smart.
It wasn't.
Where do they excel? What kind of which branches do they usually take, and which units they use in their battles mostly? Which maps are best for Ai-MO? Which sizes?
Well, I personally think that Ai-MO are a quite interesting tribe to play on maps like Archipelago. We have a few of those for you to play to show later today. Why do I like it on Archipelago? Well, because Ai-MO has cheaper tech prices. That means that they can get those expensive naval techs at a cheaper price and maybe still have enough money left to buy regular economical techs as well. Whereas other tribes tend to struggle a bit more with that, with the requirements of those expensive techs.
Yeah, I like that analysis. They also are able to, because they have cheaper techs, they can adapt to what the map is throwing at them, which really allows them to, adapt to what they can see and what they have to do in order to, successfully play a game.
And of course, they like it if they can be left alone a little bit so that they can actually use our economical advantage. Although, don't underestimate the early mindbender. Because that early mindbender, if you come upon him without expecting it, I mean, that's a one-shot kill on anything.
Yeah, actually, it's extra because it's a kill and you get a unit, so it's even better.
Value town.
Yeah. Anyway, last question before we start. Ai-MO or Toli? Do you like the skin? You don't? Do you don't like it? What's your opinion?
I think I'm a Toli guy, but I like the llamas.
Yeah, the llamas are great. They're so cute.
So koali is not your favorite.
Oh, koala is great. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, you could be riding a llama into battle. Who wouldn't want that?
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
You can night chain them while spitting them in their face. I mean,
oh my god, yeah. That's so crazy. Blue. tell me as well.
Whatever points I wanted to make, they pale in comparison to this final point made. So totally,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Llamas
So
all the way.
let's see what our audience says. I will set up a poll in a moment, and we'll see if it's Poly or the traditional I-MO. Okay, we are ready to start watching the games. So, yeah.
All right. Well, for the first game here, we have for you a match between Kennal and powerfi. Two strong players who are competing for a spot within this month's championships. We are looking here at an archipelago map. You see here in the north. What do you think of this spot?
I think this is kind of a decent spawn for both of these players. I mean, both of them at least have water access, which is very important. The northern player, they can level their capital with fishing, whereas the southern player cannot. So I think that's kind of a big deal on Archipelago.
That is true, but he will still need a fish and a port on top of that, so it won't be an immediate free upgrade.
Yep, you're right. But I mean, it's better than nothing, right?
That's true, that's true. Yeah, the south player, looking at the early econ here, he will struggle a little bit to get that going. Anyway, let's see what they do about it. All right. So the north player here?
Yep. I have a nice point to make about this turn 2 warrior movement here, if you ignore that alarm.
All right, let me.
What do you think about the turn 2 warrior movement up north?
The following here. I think this is a rather big mistake, actually, if you look at it, because villages always need to spawn at least 2,000 away from other villages. So on this tile here, there cannot be any village because this village blocked it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yep.
I don't actually think that was a good move to do that. On top of that, we even know there's not any land there, because if you look at this tile, you can see there's no shoreline. If there was land there, we would have seen a shoreline. So I think I agree with you here. This is not really the best move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point, Swanee.
Although, if you look at the text, right now, our North I-MO is already gone fishing and meditation, going for the early meditation. Why? Well, the ruin will be really useful. The South I-MO, he still hasn't bought a single tech. So he's going straight for the econ tech. He says no to the meditation. This might be an interesting difference later on in the game.
Yeah, we'll see that in all of these matches, actually, where, at least for most of them, one player picks to go with a warrior, and the other one is going for meditation. So we'll see what is the better choice here.
Both players are picking an explorer on their first city, trying to get a lay of the land.
Could we switch to their individual visions now?
Yes.
Since they met.
We haven't seen too many lighthouses yet. We have one here in the west, but both north and the south lighthouse are completely covered.
Yeah, so the explorers have changed recently. I heard that they cover only 12 tiles instead of 15. So that's probably the reason why they don't catch as many lighthouses as they used to.
I mean, it does make sense. Explorers were extremely powerful before.
They were really good.
All right, so we do it the old-fashioned way, just walking up to the lighthouse. Both players sending 2 explorers out, so nobody's going for early workshop economy at the moment. They really want to have the vision of the map. I mean, look at this. Look at how much I can already see. He pretty much sees the entire map except for the 3 lighthouses.
Really unfortunate.
But they can get it. At least this one in the south really easily. So
Yeah, that's true. We have a veteran swordsman here. Not what I would have wanted playing an archipelago map.
Well, it might come in handy.
Yeah, that's true. It does give you some defenses, but I mean, population stars, they can make such a big difference. Now, here in the West, I already see something interesting about to happen. We see a mindbender and a warrior going to the same village. So, depending on how they play this could become an interesting stalemate.
yeah, so
Alright.
Mindbender is going for the warrior.
And the warrior standing there, already going for ramming. So North Ai-MO will really want to have the fight be on the water itself. I don't think he has deep sea movement yet. No, he doesn't. Otherwise, he would have had the monument. Oh, but wait. Here, he actually captures the village.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because he would have been able to make a scout and kill the mindbender. So he decides not to do that. Instead, go for the capture.
Oh, I didn't spot that actually before.
So this does mean the mindbender will convert him right away.
Yeah, I'm curious about the explorer as well, because if the mindbender is going to convert that warrior, wouldn't it be better to not invest 7 stars to take one explorer that won't grab any new vision?
Well, let's see how many tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It would be possible to reach the lighthouse here. And if he gets this lighthouse and the lighthouse here in the east, that would mean he has his monument. And extra giants can really make a difference in a game like this. So I assume that's why he did it. Of course, it is an explorer that's not going to find so much. On the other hand, he might also just have wanted to deny the opponent the option to get a what's it called again? Want to try, deny his opponent the option to get a workshop, and if you click here, Grand Bazaar. So putting down the port here meant he also unlocks that monument. So actually, this move will give him access to 2 monuments, which can be really, really big. Except,
Yeah. Aye.
Oof. First giant.
Unlucky.
That is nice.
giant there.
Doesn't make
so
use
yeah.
of the free upgrade on Leany.
Free upgrade on Lini.
Basically free. It's a 7-star port. They did have the spare stars to do so.
Yes, it's true, but it's, I mean, yeah, it is relatively free. I wouldn't say it's completely free.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap. Returns on investment after just 2 turns. But this here was an interesting one. I think he was actually planning on unsieging this. I mean, looking at it right now, just make your scouts, send them in, no problem. You can keep that village. Except North Ai-MO doesn't think about it that way.
Nope.
He goes all in, destroys 2 rafts, gets zone of control over here, so there's no way at all that South can actually unsiege the city. So he loses it immediately to the early mining.
I think there was a way, but
There was a way to do it.
Go back, because 2 scouts have to move just 1 tile to unsiege. But I guess it didn't really make sense to unsiege it, because then the mindbender is still there, and he would convert another warrior if you put something there, or siege it, on his own. So yeah,
I think it's also just. But you're right, indeed. This one could be a scout. This one could be a scout. But if he did that, he would have 2 exposed scouts next to 2 rammers.
Yeah,
I think that would be such a
waste. Yeah.
I'm also wondering if ramming would actually be better in this situation, because scouts don't really trade well into these rammers.
It depends on how you use them. If you can keep your scouts far enough back, they can actually trade quite well into rammers, but only if they're not overwhelmed. the moment.
And also, if there's space, we have to say that because
I don't think
if it's
there's-
like very confined and there's a lot of land and you can't maneuver, then scouts don't really excel. Okay, let's move on.
Right. Let's say he goes for triple scouts and some warriors. Another veteran swordsman on this side.
Mm-hmm.
I love that mindbender healing.
Yeah, and the rammer's immediately ready to fight again. That's another really good use of mindbenders, indeed. Right. But now we're getting the giant here. The other giant is also coming. It came thanks to the same monument, the Grand Bazaar, that he got from the same village. So this village basically gave both of the players their first giants. And if you look at right now, 23 stars on the North Ai-Mo, with only 4 decks. He went fishing, ramming, meditation. That's it.
Really efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's not really doing too much with the cheaper tech price at the moment. Of course, he used it to be able to afford the things he has right now. If you look at the sounds, only 18 stars per turn. He also went for fishing, sailing, and ramming. So again, quite lean. No meditation, so no extra monument there, which could have had an effect on why the North has 2 giants and South only has 1 giant at the moment.
We finally see those veteran swordsmen coming in action.
Yeah, and actually a really nice siege. I don't think that can be solved without a giant push. And even a giant push, I don't think he has anything available for that.
Yeah, the city's gone.
So this is a really, really nice position for Black at the moment. I mean, look at this strong navy, just got an opening into the enemy. But do watch out for the 2 juggernauts, because these are forced to be reckoned with. Taking out another rammer, completely dismantling the navy here.
Oh, Mindbender is gone. Oh, poor fella.
And we see our Gate of Power. So that might lead into another giant in the future, although I don't really see... Ooh, wait. This was... He's going in with the Juggernauts. Kill there. Rammer here. He left... he did leave the raft alive. And he has Aquatism. So his units are a lot better defended than the side units.
Yes.
So
Nice
seeing a bit
little
of land
upgrade.
battle up here. These Juggernauts are
They're going to be tough to deal with.
dealing so much damage, so much health as well. And just sending the rammers in.
Ooh, this turn is going to be interesting. I'm not sure if you see the play that I'm about to see, but next turn actually is the one. But you'll see this city Silini right in the center. Keep a close eye on that.
Okay.
Right. I think that's the rammers. The Juggernaut is pretty much doomed.
Yeah, it's dead.
And indeed, Selene is rather exposed at the moment.
Why do
Not
they
going
keep
in
it
with-
open?
Well, my guess would be something about a certain magician.
Houdini, yeah. Yeah, they were probably setting a trap, but it
Because
didn't work out.
cities like this are really, really easy to deal with only 1 or 2 land tiles.
Yeah.
So it's very risky to use your juggernauts, your expensive and really valuable juggernauts, to siege them.
And
Still-
then start of this turn for the Black Ai-Mo here. Why don't they get a giant in that city? It would perfectly break off their support for the juggernauts.
Which city are you referring to?
Cellini, once again, they can pop a giant there.
I mean, they could, but it is rather expensive at the moment.
It is really expensive, but I think it's probably worth it in this situation here. Just to stop that 40 HP Juggernaut in its tracks.
Because the thing is, the moment you make a Juggernaut, of course, you lose the potential of Houdini, right?
Yeah, because then there is no way that they could pop another one.
I mean, if the pressure on the city is gone, you don't need to Houdini it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would have the move the other direction. I really think it's just a star cost thing, though. I mean,
it's expensive.
Wait, can he even make it? He would have to buy a tech for it, make 4 ports, and harvest fish and fruit. I think he just wants to use that to upgrade his navy at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
To make some units here to kill this Juggernauts. I mean, it's still left alive. Though no, he ends the turn with 15 stars.
Yeah, so he's definitely sure. saving for something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wants something. I don't know what, but he wants something.
Mm-hmm.
Even the damage Juggernaut here going in, doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And another siege.
We have a siege. Mm-hmm.
This could have all been prevented with just one giant.
And because a giant here would have blocked this movement as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I see your point. The giant here could have been valuable because this is a really bad position to be in. Obviously,
yeah, it's really rough to
double siege like this with Juggernauts washing over them. Again, we see the sieges happening with the warriors in order to keep Juggernauts out of the city to deny poofs.
Mm-hmm.
And well, we are down to only one Juggernaut on the board at the moment. Both sides lost one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But still, one Juggernaut is really, really powerful here. And here the aquatism comes into play. I mean, these rats would both have been dead.
Yeah,
it's just weakening them, making sure it's expensive to promote them because, well, if you promote them, you just have a weakened raft.
Mm-hmm.
But it is still a raft that's alive here. And you see here, the 5 HP raft turning into a scout still had an effect, still helps take down this rammer. So even a weakened unit, it's not dead. And this aquatism really, really makes a big difference on the lakes. A lot bigger than people would give it credit for. Now, this here,
we have a first bomber.
Beautiful place to land a bomber shot. I mean, look at all these weakened units.
Yeah.
Very dense, very clumped.
And another
second bomber. So that's why I was saving his stars all these turns. Very expensive, very powerful.
But also pretty exposed.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I mean, they deal a lot of AoE damage, but they can't deal with giants like this.
With the Juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, he at this moment, Black only has how many? 22 stars per turn. 22 stars per turn will not be enough to pop another Juggernaut. To pop another giant.
How many hit points does this giant have?
37. I mean, 37. This Juggernaut can't reach. So you have one damage Juggernaut.
Yeah.
No way he can unsiege this.
Nope.
He can. No, he can't even unsiege this one. Because if you look here, this raft is blocked by a scout in the side. So the raft.
Yeah, by the zone of control. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
he would have to get riding, make bridges, put a bridge down here so that both of his warriors can be next to the city. I mean, at that point, you're investing so much. So even though Black had the economical advantage for quite a long time here,
and also advantage in cities because it's 4 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
5 to 6. In the end, I think what mattered most in this game was the aquatism. For the end game was the aquatism and the fact that Teal had Juggernaut left, whereas Black did not have Juggernaut left.
I think that ties really perfectly into my point about that one moment they could have popped a giant. I think most of these problems could have been prevented by making a giant on that turn 16. Or turn 15. 16.
Yeah, because this would prevent sieges, and also even if they did not convert it into a juggernaut, it would block a lot of movement in this area, this central area. So, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
This once again shows us as well that stars don't win games, but units do.
Exactly, because that's the thing here. If you look, Black ended this turn with 18 stars. He ended this turn with 17 stars. He ended this turn with 23 stars. He was constantly saving up for something. And this with 30 stars. And only here did he actually do something with the stars. So he had a lot of stars in the bank, but he didn't actually use them. And if you don't use them, well, then you could
why do we have them?
I think they wanted navigation, so that was their secret plan. But without the support units, it didn't work the way they planned.
Teal did a real good job keeping up the pressure, right? Because the moment Teal would not have put up so much pressure, Black would have been able to get the bombers, would then have had a superior economy, more cities, would have been able to slowly build up the bombers, and at that point Teal would not have been able to fight back.
Yeah.
But because Teal kept up the pressure, Black was not able to do that.
Yep.
So
I totally agree.
Okay, let's move on to the next game.
Oh, that was a bit quick.
Who do we have here?
Overview. All right. This here is a game between gberzoid. I'm not sure I'm
gberzoid.
Gberzoid. And mickzoo. Gberzoid here in the west as a Teal Ai-MO. mickzoo here in the north as the pink Ai-MO. Both also really good players. So it will be interesting to see what they're going to do with this game.
What do you think about the spawns?
These spawns. I mean, again, neither of them has 2 fish. At least mickzoo has 1 fish. So in that regard, mickzoo would be able to upgrade with fish and port if he would want to. mickzoo looks like he has good water access in all directions. Maybe a bit too good water access because he can't easily expand towards the center, towards the southeast. Whereas gberzoid, he has a quite open area here. So he has option to expand both to the north, to the west, and to the east. Well, also northeast here. So I think in that regard, gberzoid, in my opinion, looks like a better spawn. However, from what we see here, he might not have perfect water access. Because his capital has water access here, and here it stops. We don't know if there's anything on this tile, if he can sail further. And on this side, the land is blocking his area. So it could be a really good spawn, or it could be a spawn that kind of screws him over.
It's really just whether you get lucky or not, I guess.
Yep. Okay, let's start watching.
Spawns have improved quite a bit over the last half year. So we should be seeing a lot. We're not seeing as many spawns as before anymore. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Except on lakes.
Except on us. All right. We once again had one person taking a meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So mickzoo in northeast took meditation. Gberzoid in south, in the west, he went with a warrior opening. No meditation
Okay.
for him. Which also means mickzoo will have access to an extra monument. Gberzoid won't.
Mm-hmm.
But the trade-off is that he will have faster expansion. So
Fast expansion, and he will also be able to get his first economic attack and his first upgrade sooner. So there's
there's definitely
both are-
points for both sides.
both are viable plays. It looks like Gberzoid was quite lucky with his spawn because he found a village here, and he does actually have water access from his capital, so he's not landlocked. He does not find a village with a second warrior though, so that one's a little bit unfortunate. mickzoo here finds a village in the east. Not too much to say about that. He does seem quite cut off by the water though.
lots of water all over the place.
That does not happen when you're playing Archipelago. All right, the players are getting close to each other. Let's switch to their own fog. All right. So we do get a monument here. Sen starts the turn from mickzoo at the moment, which does put him in the lead economy-wise. However, Gberzoid already has his first unit on the water, so he will be able to start exploring a bit sooner.
But there's plenty of
I'm
deep
curious.
water there. Mhm.
I'm curious about that port placement.
Why?
It might come up later, but if you take a look at how far it is away from the closest port location on the capital,
Ooh.
Mhm. Yeah,
I don't think
there
they can
might
link
be a
up.
problem. No, there's no link.
3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
Indeed, he can't connect his port here, so that's might be a misplay on the economy-wise.
Mhm.
I am thinking though that he might just have done it because he wants to explore this area sooner.
Mhm.
Because at some point,
Still early game, so
Yeah.
you know it might be important, but might be not.
Port.
on top of that, he might not have wanted to put it on here because he didn't want to block the fish. He might have wanted to eat fish later on. And he did not want to put it here because that would funnel him inwards, whereas he wants to spread out to get his exploration done.
So he might be, assuming that his opponent is actually in the north, so they might want to go, south or east because the Ai-Mo terrain is in the north. So maybe that was their thinking. Mm.
Oh, most of the Ai-Mo terrain, but I don't know what's up with this tile here.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird.
Actually, the city tile as well. It's also.
All right. So he really doesn't get too much information about where his opponent is.
We have no
clue.
clue.
Interestingly, we do see a workshop here. So he didn't go for the explorer. Might have been because he didn't see any shorelines as well. Because if there's no shoreline, it does have deep water movements. He might not have been able to cross it, which would have been a bad explorer in that case. All right, and back to where we were.
So both find more villages for third village.
4 villages here with ruin.
And also 4 here.
Also 4 on this side with no ruin though.
Will this be an explorer? Yes, it will.
Yep.
Oh,
there is a ruin. So very equal. Maybe not exactly because the ruin is on an island, but yeah, it's there.
He for the meeting stars together with the ruin here, design ports for some economical development, which is quite a big swing. I think he went from 7 stars per turn to 11 stars per turn in just that.
Just a
That's one
single
turn.
turn.
So economy-wise, I'd give it to mickzoo. However, I'm just quickly going to put on the shared fog again. I have the feeling that gberzoid in the west here has more terrain control, that he's more spread out. mickzoo, to me, feels very much pushed into the corner up there in the north. Like everything is hugging the north corner. Meanwhile, gberzoid has his units on the water. He's spread out. He has a lot of water access here. He can play wider. Is my feeling at the moment.
We're playing a go wide versus go tall here.
Exactly.
Yeah, because this middle city from Michko is pretty much surrounded, because gberzoid will probably get this island village as well. We'll see.
Oh, no lighthouse.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. Let's look at the economy difference. 14 stars
That
per turn
is
to 7.
huge.
And actually, I think this is indeed what you said before. He can't upgrade his capital. There's two stars per turn that he's not getting because he didn't put a port there. So he's probably really annoyed by that at the moment.
Oh, stars as well.
That's a lot of starfish.
He had to put down another port.
Poor man.
Going for the lighthouse, yes. He got it.
All right. mickzoo still on his 4 cities. Grabs hunting for an early giant, I think, or is he not going? Yes, he's going to make it.
Turn
Turn
8 is
eight
not
giants.
bad. Not bad at
Yeah,
all.
it's definitely good.
Very close to the second giant.
And how many things does he have? He bought meditation, fishing, and hunting so far. gberzoid, fishing, and sailing. So yeah, gberzoid also has a slight military edge, at least on the water, but he doesn't have the same economical potential in that regard. But look at those cities, man, so
A
many.
counter star ruin as well.
And there's ramming.
And here we see scouts versus rammers. If scouts are working in a team,
What do you think about this play? Instead of killing the rammer, would you kill the mindbender instead, or not?
That's an interesting question.
That might honestly be worth it.
I think knocking off the village is more important than killing this unit. I don't know. What do you think?
It is an interesting one because, he could have still hit the rammer with his warrior, which would mean the rammer could not one-shot the scouts back. And he doesn't have a second unit to go for the village.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it makes sense to kill the mindbenders in this situation here.
Because this would slow down, Michko quite a lot.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get this village for some time, if ever. Yeah, okay. That's good.
He might be assuming that he can take the village later, but he doesn't have enough support units here, I think, to get that done.
So maybe gberzoid is kind of thinking that he'll get it anyway, because there's like just one raft there. So yeah, maybe that's his thinking. Oh, and he got North Lighthouse. We might see the first Eye of God in this stream. Yes, we will definitely, I think.
He kills it now, but he doesn't have a raft to follow up. So for now, the city stays up. Yeah, and here's where the scouts versus rammers is really in Rammer's favor. We're close enough to enemy rafts who can turn into a Rammer. Then your scouts are really in a vulnerable position. But it might have been worth it because an I've got means we get a giant. And you will need giants because mickzoo already has 2 giants in the water coming his way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities on the other side. So mickzoo is coming back city-wise, and look here in the east, he's even sieging.
Yeah, there was a mind bender.
That was definitely worth it.
Take him out of Rammer.
Yep.
So mickzoo is starting to use his economy to build up quite a lot of pressure on the water. He also, let's look at the text again. He got hunting, forestry, 2 economy tax here on the water. He got ramming. Meanwhile, on this side, we still only have fishing and sailing.
Ooh.
So this is really what you said before. That's tall versus white difference. He does have a big city advantage, but it does also make tech prices higher. And his cities are all rather underdeveloped because, well, he only has a single economy tech.
And
yeah, the juggernauts, they are, of course, what allows you to play down in the first place.
Yeah, and Michko gets navigation.
Going for a siege here. That's going to be very difficult to break, although apparently not impossible because we see a giant push. Not a poof, but poofing a warrior would have been quite useless anyway. But this giant here, it is quite impactful.
Yeah.
Because suddenly, from this place that he had completely controlled, there's a giant here, and this giant means, well, these rafts, they can't just pause anymore. From this side, he has a little bit of openness, but all this water here is in danger of being splashed. So this giant puts up a ton of pressure in this part of the sea, part of sea that until this point was pretty much mickzoo's. So this giant real big swing. So yeah, we see mickzoo joking it out a little bit more here, pulling back from the giants, going around it, and attacking other things. Getting starfish, organization, making another giant.
Another giant.
Not going for the direct confrontation and instead looking for the economy and a sneaky siege here in the west.
Yeah, but this town was undefendable. You know, it's like you can't easily connect it. Yeah, the resources are bad. So yeah.
mickzoo now also just picked up defenders, meaning we will start seeing some defender rammers, defender scouts. These units, just like with aquatism, they are a lot tougher to deal with than regular scouts, regular rammers. He does go for a giant siege here. It is... I was thinking it's a slightly risky position, but there is...
There's plenty of land.
Yeah. No.
Not just 2 tiles.
This one goes here. This one could go here if you kill that one. So there would be an option to actually do Houdini here.
But I think
I think there's no populations to be had there.
Yeah.
No population, no monuments.
Yeah, so not enough resources.
Oh, he doesn't get a power left.
Oh, okay.
Get a power?
Where's the other population coming from?
I think it's like he's one short.
Yeah, he's one short, and there's no way he's getting another monument. So very, very close.
By the looks of things, we are gathering a lot of units on the water.
Yeah, they poof the giant in like different way.
All of these units are really nicely clumping up together. I wonder what could happen.
Yeah.
Oh no, the foreshadowing. Makes another giant, thinking he has it.
Whoops.
Yes.
And suddenly, in one fell swoop, the entire navy here is dismantled.
Yeah, so Michko did something that the black player in the previous game failed to do. So they managed to sweep all the his opponent's navy, but also secure the position. So yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if this is still playable, this position.
I should think it is probably losing in the long run. But yeah, definitely playable. I mean, this the Juggernaut can go in, slightly disable this Juggernaut. This Juggernaut here can be killed using these units, but it does leave the scouts around, and the scouts around. This is going to be expensive, but I think the biggest difference is just the text. If you look at here, strategy, so you have a lot better units, navigation, so we have Juggernauts. Meanwhile, on this side, gberzoid side, the same 3 texts from the start.
There's nothing.
Although the board looks playable, tech-wise, gberzoid has no more options to play with. They have a similar economy, but mickzoo can do so much more with the stars that he actually has. And well, the moment these defender rods start becoming defender rammers, defender scouts, defender bombers, it will be so difficult for gberzoid to actually kill them. So the game is lost on economy in the long run here. Still, I think it was really interesting exchange with how wide gberzoid was going here. He had a good shot at winning this game. If it just slightly more pressure, a little bit more, would have been able to do it. But mickzoo playing very well, using the advantages that he had, playing from a position where he was kind of forced in the corner, he still managed to convert it to commander top. And this, in my opinion, is also part of Ai-Mo's traits. Because again, I keep pointing back to it. Look at those texts. This is a ton of text for an archipelago map where you already have very expensive units, where you already have the very expensive ports you need to make in order to get onto the water. And I was able to still say, okay, I have to spend all this money, but still I am going to get some text because I want to be able to do more things. I want to be able to build myself some more giants. I want to be able to explode the other person giants.
Yes, I think 2 things here. One is this kind of poor port placement, what Blue mentioned, and now I see that actually killing this minebender would have been a big deal, because this would essentially close Michko in this northern corner. So even with good economy, they would be so down with the cities that this could allow gberzoid to build up their economy and finally win the game.
Yeah, I think the mission for gberzoid here was to prevent mickzoo from getting onto the water, and he failed.
Yep. Okay. Let's go on to the next game. Quick announcement. There is a poll in the chat, so tell us which one is your favorite, the classic Ai-Mo or the Toli. Yep. Let's move on to the next game.
All right. I have it open here.
So that's another archipelago, the last archipelago game that we have for you tonight.
Could you turn off the fog for a second here?
Completely off? All
Yes.
right.
If you take a quick look at the northern Ai-MO spawn, what are you missing?
Second village. Yeah, they don't have access to.
There's only one suburb.
Yeah.
There's indeed only one suburb. That's
Yeah, but it's the situation for both. So the Western player also doesn't have an easy access to his second suburb.
I mean, at least it's there.
Okay, yeah. So like the black one also has access to he has access to 3 villages actually. If we put it this way.
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
actually
but it's
know
very
how
messed up spawn. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's probably because of how terrain generation works. Because the way this village spawns, there is no place to put the other Ai-MO's suburb. It would have been put here, but it is too close to the other village. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. Now, there are a lot of algorithms behind the scenes that evaluate spawns, and probably will have evaluated, hey, well, black doesn't have a suburb, but teal can't reach a suburb, so the map is rather equal in that regard.
Yeah, and the
That's
black one
probably why this map has
got a
turned out.
ruin without. Not on a mountain, so it's kind of
Exactly.
okay. Yeah.
Another thing, teal does not have water access in the west. Well,
Yep.
not immediately. He will need one of his 2 suburbs to actually be able to go to the wide open ocean.
Yeah, or like sail all the way around with the port.
Yeah, okay, but if to sail through this area, that's I don't call that water access, man.
It's like the
Put
Strait
a
of
warrior on the
Hormuz.
mountain.
Yeah. Yes. Good point.
Exactly. Just one catapult on the mountain and everything stops. All right. Let's get into the game then. All right. In the east, we have
The
quite
one
a
and
well-known
only.
player, Ramdinlger.
What
Will
about
there be
their
rammers? Will there be
resources?
rammers?
What about their resources? What did they get?
Wait,
Okay.
on the north side, we have mikalizade.
Mikalizade.
Mikalizade?
I don't know, but that's how I read it.
All right. If I am mispronouncing your name, I'm terribly sorry about that. The resources look very similar. As has been a theme so far, you can have one player with a single fish and one player without any fish at all. The expansion we already talked about, so let's look at what the players are doing.
Once again, the meditation versus warrior on turn
No
0.
meditation.
Oh, he doesn't even make a second warrior. So that's an interesting one here. Ramdinlger only makes a single warrior. Why doesn't he make a second warrior?
I mean, there's nowhere to go with the warrior.
Yeah, I think pretty much. There's no way could be a village here. I mean, obviously we know there's not because we saw the map. But there's just nothing for a second warrior to see.
Yeah. So just for the lighthouse, but I guess it doesn't matter at this time in the game.
This is actually an interesting one as well. Hunting. So mikalizade. How were we saying it? Mikalizade?
Mikalizade.
Anyway, the black player went for hunting. So not for fishing, for hunting. So that does mean slightly slower access to the water, but better economy. We don't see that as often on archipelago maps. Mostly people just go straight for the nice first lighthouse. And lighthouse with that single fish is enough to upgrade capital.
Climbing. He's gonna get the suburb.
Not just climbing, fishing and climbing. Double tech buy.
He's gonna steal the suburb he so desperately wanted.
You see, you were complaining that they don't have a second suburb, and now what? Look, they'll probably get like 3 suburbs.
One step away from the lighthouse again. Yeah, the climbing here looks like it was a really good move because
Yeah, it was really
it's
nice.
access to 2 cities here. I mean, he could have also gotten them with a port, but it would have been more expensive and it would have been slower. So, I think I can.
I can see it.
Yeah, let's switch to the individual visions because they met already.
Yeah, they see each other quite well.
If
Now,
you take a look at
Ramdinlger-
this, what do you think about this this game so far?
It looks pretty lost for Ramdinlger.
I mean, yes, okay, yes. I will admit, it looks quite bad for Ramdinlger, but look at this. Look at this Mindbender all the way in the south. Ramdinlger is pushed into his corner, but he also is about to claim the other corner. So he was slower. Well, he has a weaker start, but he was on the water a lot sooner. No, okay, who am I kidding? It looks very difficult.
Terrible, yeah.
Getting some port economy up.
Climbing for the
Ramdinlger
ruin?
also getting climbing. Seeing the Mindbender, which is a good thing, otherwise he might have just walked right into it. Explorer.
Oh,
And
yes,
Ramdinlger
nice.
Just
So
actually
lighthouse.
finds the lighthouse. Oh man, look at this. Is he getting a lighthouse? He is getting a
No,
lighthouse.
he is, but I don't think he was hoping for that one.
Yeah, he definitely wanted this one. Still, I mean, this is some good economy. Again, at turn 8 shines. He has, look at his text. I mean, he has hunting, fishing, organization, climbing, meditation. This
Mhm.
man is going all in on his economy at the moment, while also having 4 cities, almost 5.
Okay, so the black one eventually got meditation.
Yeah, he got it on turn
Yeah.
1 or 2.
Yeah, I think I also missed that. Ramdinlger, what are his texts? He has fishing, climbing, organization. So, rather similar, actually.
But he has 2 giants now.
Ooh, and both in a very aggressive position. In black also has 2 giants, but this giant is rather far back, not where the fight is happening. Still, I mean, there's a Mindbender here. What are the giants really going to do?
He got the lighthouse.
After
That
all,
was risky. Okay,
Ramdinlger is
so
going for the
yeah,
same.
go ahead. Mhm.
Oh yeah, now he bought sailing. Right, yeah. He bought sailing because he wanted to be able to get onto this ruin. Without sailing, he could not pass by this warrior. That's why he bought it now.
Mhm.
And the
goodbye,
splash here,
Mindbender.
plus the scout kills Mindbender. That poor guy.
I'm wondering if that landing jet juggernaut there, if that is the play here.
You mean the black one?
Yeah, the black one.
Mhm.
Because it puts it in such a vulnerable position here. Right next to that capital.
Mhm.
And once you land your juggernaut there, there's like no good way to put it back.
So here there actually is because your city is very close. So that's not like a train smash, but yeah.
Yeah. He can put it over here.
Yeah.
And I think well, he need to put it somewhere. And I think he might have assumed if he put it here in the water, then the giant would have smashed it, would have attacked him. So that would be the trade-off, why he went for the land. Because if he went for the water here,
Yeah, it would have
he
hit.
need to go in anyway, right? He need to go in to hit a warrior. So I think he did it to not get a free hit in. I'm not sure it's the best play, because if he had taken 3 hits, then he would have gotten hit back himself. With the
Yeah,
other
and it's only
Juggernaut
one
runners.
hit. I mean, this just overextends your giant.
Yeah, but like, can you see something that I see now? So if they did not kill this warrior and landed one warrior on this other mountain, they could have Houdini'd this giant, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that is very true.
Okay.
Actually, is it because I think they needed the metal underneath the warrior?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they needed it.
Okay. So yeah, sorry. Yeah, but like, if they had a monument, do they have a monument? Something maybe
They
they.
don't have monuments.
Okay.
They needed one more. They have no way at all of reaching their own lighthouse. If they managed to get their own lighthouse, they would have been able to do it. But they didn't have a monument available. The network.
But like,
monuments-
wait, it's 2, 3. No,
They
because
couldn't. They
there's
would need
also
3
a
ports.
port. Yeah,
Extra
yeah.
Yeah,
expensive.
too expensive.
They're missing one port. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So my bad.
So no Houdini, although it would have been nice. Yeah, I think here indeed it might have been better to put the ports on this side so that he immediately had this exit for his giants.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what Blue mentioned. Okay,
Going
pops.
for the hit anyway. Retaliation. Now, we are fighting here. There's a lot of giants in this area, but meanwhile, Ramdinlger is quite sneakily taking quite a lot of terrain here. Okay, he still only has four villages, but he does have some control. And although Mikhail also has a few villages in this area, he does not have a navy.
The worst part is I'm not seeing any rammers, so we may as well call him Scout Dingler.
Yes, so far, yes.
Scout Dingler does get his monument here.
Okay, there's a giant coming. Okay.
Say goodbye to that giant.
Mhm.
Say goodbye to that village.
Okay, it escaped. Narrowly.
He got what?
The giant escaped, so they were able to kill the giant on the mountain.
He does escape, right? He's still dead. This
Yeah.
giant hit him, and
Yeah, but still, it's like because of the defense bonus, it's not
It's-
as juicy as it were if the
it is a one
bonus
a one
wasn't
for
there.
one trade. So it's I still think it's not so bad. He kept the village, but it is straight up 1-for-1 trades. Yeah, but the scouts here are more concerning. There we go. The rammers are coming.
Yeah, so it's
There we
back
go.
to Ramdinlger.
And this is a devastating siege here. He actually, look at that.
He has to pick up roads to unsiege here.
That's a very, very big cost because that's 2 techs that you really don't want to have. 16 stars plus a road. That's 19 stars to unsiege this one city. He sticks around, but it's not something you want to do. You want to have to do. And because of the
And
pressure
there's
here,
another siege.
I mean, he does have the road already, so he might as well use it. But this is the scary part. He has to commit his giants to the center. Meanwhile, his city in the east is open as well.
That
Just
double
keeping on the
siege.
pressure. This is devastating.
This is what we know Ramdinlger for.
Yes, never give up, never surrender.
bring us more pressure, but I think at this point, for me, the game's pretty much over. Ramdinlger has total naval control, and although he, economy-wise, well, okay, now he's ahead economy-wise. He was behind economy-wise the entire game, but he did play it really well with his naval control.
Yes,
he used his scouts to completely take the west sides, and from his pressure in the west, he managed to also break through in the east. We are seeing some defenders here, but too little too late.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nicely played. So what do you think went wrong here for the black player? What they could have done differently?
I think although the majority of the fighting happened here in the east, I think the place where he dropped the ball was in the west.
Yes.
Southwest here. The scramble for the villages. He lost this village. I think he might have been able to compete for this village. I'm not really sure about that.
Yes,
he wasn't using any warriors there, so he committed too hard to this part and neglected the rest. I think another thing. Look at this tech tree. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 techs. Ramdinlger has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 techs. So 4 fewer techs. In the previous game, I said, okay, mickzoo has an advantage because he has so many techs. That's only because he had so many techs and he had an army to use them. In this case, we saw Black gets a lot of techs, which gave him good economy, but he didn't really have an army to back it up. Meanwhile, Ramdinlger played a little bit leaner. He still got techs. He got techs to build up his army, but he didn't get anything more than that. He didn't have to, like for example, here spend 19 stars to unsiege this one city. That's sort of hits that can really set you back. That's almost an entire turn of stars just gone to kill a single unit. And so I think in that regards, overall, Ramdinlger was a little bit more efficient with his stars.
Yeah, I think once again, this shows that units win games and stars don't.
Yeah, good point. Anything else you'd like to add?
Get Ramdingled.
Yeah. That's a thing. It's hard not to get Ramdingled, really. Okay, so we are ready for the last game. It's a slider change, so we move on to lakes. There will be more land action in this one rather than naval.
I think just more action in general. If you look at how close these capitals are.
Yeah. Also, the map is really, really nice, actually. I really like that small little pond between the capitals.
Oh, yeah.
Really.
It's almost like a picturesque, like a holiday home here. A lakeside mansion. The llamas frolicking around.
Yeah.
Ready to spit in your face.
Yeah. Or your enemies when you're charging. Yeah. Yeah. So what do we think about the spawns here?
So that's why they kill the llamas.
Yeah.
That's why you go hunting.
Yes, vicious beasts.
All right. What do we think about the spawns and these? Do you have any comments on them? Or should
I think it's kind of funny what one of the players is about to do with their spawn, but what I like is how both of them have the opportunity to upgrade with hunting, but one of them, the southern player, is going to be able to upgrade with organization as well. And I'm not sure which one is better. I mean, if you take a look at how tall Ai-MO can go with their cities, it might honestly be better to invest in a long game to go diplomacy rather than hunting. But I'm not sure about that. What do you think about it?
Well, they do also have really nice forests, both of them actually. I mean, look, 4 forests in the capital, 5 forests in the capital, a lot of forests around here. This is very good sawmill opportunity. So if you really want to go tall, all in on tallness, sawmill with markets might very well be possible here. Of course, that's when the opponent says, okay, now I have my cloaks and I go in because you went so tall. So
And the Western I-MO has potential for smithery. If those mountains have
you'll
metal,
see about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wanny, I interrupted you.
Yeah, that is indeed a disgusting spot if there's metal in these mountains.
You'll see about that.
The one thing I do want to point out, if you look at how these capitals are positioned, the pink I-MO is positioned slightly more forward, which does gives you an advantage when aiming for controlling the center of the map. Although the teal I-MO moved player 1, so that probably cancels out as well.
There's also no resource indicators for the pink I-MO to go for a village.
I was hoping for a mindbender fight, but no way.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, then the game would have been over way too soon. That would not have
been
nice.
Okay, sorry, Blue. Yeah, continue.
There was no resource indicator for the pink I-MO to go towards the center of the map, and still they decided to do so. I'm wondering if that was a good play or not. I mean, they do end up getting a ruin, but
it was very lucky.
I think like this, it can be very valuable to control the center, and he was spawning quite close to the center, so he might just have wanted to say, "Hey, I really want to control the center. If I have to make one more move to get it to the center, then so be it." But getting that control opens up a lot of the rest of the map to you. So I think that's why they did it. Actually, we didn't say who our players were. In the West, our pink I-MO going for the center is ahtoq. AHTOQ.
Yes, ahtoq.
ahtoq. All right. The other player in the south, the teal I-MO, is Anva. I don't know ahtoq. Anva is a very well-known competitive player in the community.
ahtoq is a really good Quetzali player, actually. So it was really fun to see ahtoq play I-MO for once.
Yeah, so they are quite active on Toby's server. If you're watching Toby's streams, they play quite often with Toby, and yeah,
really recommended.
Yeah.
Well, so in that case, we might maybe see Pink go for the Quetzali cloaks.
So it's really great that they joined the Polysseum, because I haven't seen them in this format yet. So let's see how that goes.
Going for early climbing. Right, climbing here.
With a lot of mountains.
We had 3 mountains with metal. That's nice.
Ooh.
Let's just go look back at that one more time. I mean, this was a really valuable step. It's shortened the route to this really valuable tech as well. Shortened the route to this village by 3 steps. Revealed this part. Revealed the lighthouse.
Really nice.
And with the mountains he had available, he would have needed it anyway, sooner or later.
That star ruin, it pays off. The gamble pays off.
Oof. Nice.
That's really
We're gonna see what they do with the stars, which I think is kind of funny. Forests? No, we don't need no forests. We just want
completely demolishing his economy, the economy there. No, actually, not demolishing it. He just saw he has such a good forest spot. He doesn't need a forest.
Yeah, so Anva is still at level 1, so maybe
Climate change? What is climate change?
Yeah,
I've
this
never heard of that.
was a good decision.
Yeah, and
I mean,
indeed, a forest
what
is just
I-
sitting there, not being used. It might as well not have been there, because of the shops, he was able to go for the immediate upgrades. He will be able to buy another tech next turn. So
Yeah.
it really jumpstarts your economy if you chop.
I mean,
But it's a very important thing to learn.
if you take a look at the other option, which is to take hunting as well as mining instead, maybe you get the same result, but you don't have to chop all of your forests.
Yeah, that's fair. Mhm.
If
How much is mining?
mining here would be 6. So he would
Okay.
have to wait a turn, and he probably
Mhm.
wanted the forests to be able to clear the forest anyway, because that would open up sawmill spot here. Sorry, sawmill spot. I was saying a market
Wait.
spot.
Market spot, yeah. Mhm.
Is this the spot where it already has forestry? No.
He's about to buy it at this moment.
Yeah, but now yeah. Okay.
Oh no,
Yeah,
sorry,
It's 4 stars, so
4 stars. Yeah.
Okay.
He
So
wouldn't
he
have
was
been
able to afford it.
yeah, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to upgrade this turn, but yeah.
Yeah, let's see. He decided to chop, so that's what happened.
And it does look like Anva is pushed into the corner, but Anva does have 3 villages against ahtoq's 2 villages here at the moment.
That explorer.
This climbing really coming into really helping with exploring as well.
Can we switch to individual visions because they met?
Yes.
Mhm. Okay.
Meditation on
Now we're
turn
getting
5.
meditation. Oh, actually, I didn't check. Did Anva go for a meditation right away?
I don't believe so.
No,
Let's-
I don't think
let's
so.
just check.
I think they went with a warrior. Yeah, he was a warrior.
Turn 1
only.
meditation. Okay. Right. Also going for forestry here, and the temple does mean that his capital, that Anva's capital, is the same size as ahtoq's capital. So it helps you get a quick catch-up moment. ahtoq has this village
So many
density is
technologies. Oof.
mathematics though. So going straight for the giant, turn 8 again, with the threat of catapults following.
Look at that economy, though. Oof.
How were they able to kill this mindbender? Like, Anva did not have the vision and went there for like kind of blind.
Didn't Anva have the vision?
No, he does.
There's mindbender here and there's mindbender here. So it is the only mindbender being killed.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but like I was surprised that Anva actually went there with his mindbender, kind of knowing that.
He might have wanted to explore here or just grab the vision.
Yeah, sometimes there's like this land bridge in the middle of a lakes map.
Okay.
But
okay, yeah, whatever. Mindbender is lost.
So we were here, the giants. And
And
catapult
a
and
really-
the second giant.
a lovely catapult placement there.
Oh, behind this lake, there's no
Behind
way
the
to
lake,
resist at all.
and with the capital in range.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a huge
Yeah,
threat.
beautiful. Mm.
Organizations was 18 stars per turn. And how many decks does Anva have at the moment? Anva went straight into the mathematics or an organization. All right. ahtoq, a bit more spread out. a lot more spread out. Riding roads,
Yeah.
forestry, hunting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's on his way to get the Genius Monument.
Yeah.
And the network monument as well, from the looks of it. Yes, 6
Yeah.
villages.
With that incredible density, that is no problem at all.
Although it will be annoying to link this one up, because the roads here are a bit annoying to
Oof. He
get.
got the lighthouse. Nice.
Border growth, pretty good.
And we're also expanding. Still in 5 cities, rather dense, but these ones are rather exposed, so it will be difficult. This one he will be able to get. This one,
More chops.
probably not.
We don't believe in climate change.
No.
Roads here as well, but where's the market spots?
Yeah, I don't think Anva is aiming for markets. Anva just has these perfect catapults set up.
In Giants, ahtoq doesn't have any yet.
Yeah, it doesn't have giants, but I mean, he has archers and his mindbenders, which is rather good defense against giants.
And
Ooh,
even a
nice.
free
Yeah.
catapult kill.
Mhm.
That's a really nice one.
Yeah,
And to
this
be
was
honest,
very brave.
Archers are really good against catapults. It's a lot easier to find exposed catapults with your archers than with any other units.
Okay, so we have 2 giants in one turn this time.
I think Anva is realizing something that ahtoq is not realizing yet.
And that is.
That there's a lot of water,
Mhm.
and naval control is something that oftentimes can win you games. So
Mhm.
we're gonna see if that is going to be the case here.
Yeah, more often than not.
As a
Especially
continents
against
player,
stalemate. And to me, this area here, it does look like it could be a stalemate.
yes.
I mean, I don't fancy my chances of getting through all these archers, even if you have your giants. But the catapult here, it has such a nice position. It's so well defended. So I don't think either player has really good attack option along this axis.
Exactly.
The one thing, though, that they have, this here, is a bridge spot.
Yes.
Mhm.
Bridge spot that either player could use. This here is also a bridge spot that only Anva could use. So we might be seeing some action there as well.
You will see action of that. No spoilers, though.
Right, ahtoq also went for ramming, so he realizes the necessity of naval control. But still doesn't have
I don't
water.
think this explorer was necessary. I think it was a waste. They already have enough vision.
Yeah, but this monument, man. He just went for the monument.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a giant that's not going to be around for much longer, I think. And this one here as well. So both players lost the giants. This one's also rather low. I mean, when the stones and the arrows fly, the giants don't stand so much of a chance. So
When stones and arrows fly, the giants are about to die.
Oh my god. Some poetry. We should start a poetry corner in during our live streams. I'll ask our guests to come up with at least one poem per live stream from now on.
Whoa. Wait. Sorry, guys. While we were about poetry, they were doing some art of their own. Look at this.
Yeah. Mindbender
beauty.
push.
The writing was on the wall.
Mhm.
And at that time, the giant will fall. I know.
Oh my god. There's more. Okay.
So a play like this can really return chances. I mean, that's in this exchange, ahtoq just got 2 giants and Anva lost 1 giant.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's a
an
net
immense
2 difference.
And that 3 difference even. Isn't it? Yeah, it's net 3 difference. So yeah, be careful, WMC mindbenders sitting on top of cities. On that note, also be careful when you see a whole line of scouts shooting all your rafts.
Yeah, another giant went down. So ahtoq is defending. Mm-hmm.
When you see a lot of scouts, it might seem daft, but you are about to lose your raft.
Yeah, naval poetry. Yeah, so this is actually a good example. This naval battle that is happening. That here the scouts have enough space to actually go after the rammers, because if this lake was a bit more confined, then this wouldn't fly. So kind of Anva is lucky that it's set up this way.
Anva also went for defenders. So Anva now has defender scouts in the water who don't die to shots from rammers, which is very, very useful. That takes away a big advantage of rammers in the matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't see any pink naval units anymore, so...
There's one.
Now there is.
Yeah. And I think this was a good play with this city wall in this eastern city for ahtoq.
Yeah, ahtoq already has good economy, so trying to keep the city will be really, really helpful. And I mean, going for juggernauts here, still not too many units in the water, and he's not putting anything in the water on this side either. That one might be a bit. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, I think he invested too much in this land push, and Anva is actually keeping him off with not that many units. So I think that this is like a kind of a breaking point in the game.
We also see that first cloak and the bridge that I definitely did not foreshadow.
Look, on top of a bridge.
I mean, it's kind of a play that shows that there is going to be a cloak there, right?
That's true. It's not really sneaky.
Yeah, but ahtoq at this point, he doesn't have any riders, even though he has the riding tech. So it's he doesn't have really the units that he needs to defend against those cloaks.
And I assume Anva probably wanted to put the cloak on this tile, but then slightly messed up putting a rider there instead.
That is probably the reason.
And so then Anva realized, hey, I need to still get the cloak in. Oh well, let's make a bridge, because the bridge will be useful. It gives a lot of control, especially because Anva at the moment is one with riders, and ahtoq doesn't have any. Although once the bridge is there, the catapults are going to be a lot more exposed.
Nice border growth. Just gives more space to make use of your naval units. Aquatism.
Really nice move here, because when you put your Juggernaut in the water like this, it's going to melt very, very quickly if you don't put some effort in to defend it. So really making a push to come back on the water. But man, the moment the cloak chain starts, that's so rough to deal with. And even on the water here.
Yeah, he had to put back the Juggernaut in order to unsiege a city.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Yeah, now he got riders, which is like a bit late.
Well, did he actually know that the cloak was coming?
I think he had the vision because
yeah, he has vision on the
Yeah,
capital.
he has vision. Yeah.
This here is a really nice siege. The juggernaut is blocking the exit here, and even then, siege with defender like this, really powerful. Meanwhile, putting on pressure in the middle, the daggers are going to die, no problem. But it does keep a lot of pressure. It takes away the economy. It makes it so that ahtoq needs to keep investing units to kill all of those daggers. It keeps them on his toes. So meanwhile, Anva can just freely invest here. Doesn't really need to invest too much in fight and center here because the cloaks, they keep paying for themselves. Anva can advance their giants, leave the giants here even, and he knows ahtoq can't invest time and effort into killing this giant that threatens the capital directly, because doing so would mean that some of the daggers stay alive. And the dagger is a bigger immediate threat because the dagger can move around, can start hitting the archers. If the archers die, then all defenses are gone. So this dagger pressure is really, really huge at the moment. So going in to take them down, shot with the archer, attack with the rider afterwards. Make sure to keep your units at top health. One dagger survived though, so this one dagger can start doing some damage somewhere. But yeah, the big change, of course, is here in the east. The fact that they got city.
Yeah, the old city fell.
Right. Yeah, here we saw this dagger in the water. Attack units start taking down. This one starts take down the archer. More new daggers are coming. And that is how the defense scrambles to cloaks and daggers.
You see chivalry, but is it too late for chivalry?
I would say yes. I think it might be too late for chivalry, especially because of the water pressure. Yeah. Chivalry will not get you back the water pressure. For land control, chivalry might be just in time to take it back, especially because it gives you access to some catapult kills. But chivalry is really expensive, and it's a play that loses you the entire northeast. But I mean, even without chivalry, I don't think ahtoq had any way of coming back anymore. Anva played it really well.
Yeah, really well played, definitely.
Just because he can. We can exchange the rounding sides. And here again, the archers really show how they can help make a chain work. The defense holds here, but it's a matter of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the game. Yeah, so a nice confrontation between like a seasoned champion and I guess like a new player in the Polysseum. So I think ahtoq will improve, and maybe in a few months we'll see the game ending differently. Yeah. So what do you think? What?
I wouldn't say ahtoq played this badly at all. ahtoq definitely put up a very good fight. He had a lot of early pressure. He dealt with Anva's early pressure as well.
Yeah, but what I wanted to say is like some on this level, small mistakes kind of add together, and then you lose. So I think this lack of experience from ahtoq playing in the Polysseum, I think, might have been the decisive factor. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Well, as Blueberry already highlighted before, the naval control. This really Anva realizing that, Anva going for it.
Seeing it just in time.
ahtoq had the text to get on the water, but he didn't. He was too busy with land battle, too busy resisting pressure Anva was building up to actually to go in the water, and that's
Yeah, but do you think that they committed like too many resources to the land battle, and that's why they lost naval battle, or like they couldn't have done it differently, and it was like there was a writing on the wall that they will lose, because Anva essentially has 2 cities with water access, and ahtoq has 4. So it's like, logically it would mean that Anva loses this race.
Yeah, if you take a look at the text for ahtoq as well, I think some of these are really not that great for this particular matchup here, especially looking at Smithery. Yes, for economy, really great, but I don't see any forges whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, good point. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I feel like if you go Smithery, you have to make use of it for both the army side. But I mean, if you see any swordsmen, I've seen a couple, but they are not really getting their value in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very fair point. I actually forgot about this really nice forge there in the west. Yeah, that they did not put a forge. This is like a mistake.
The worst loss of value ever recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And I think putting those stars into a navy instead around this turn we're looking at right here, you can just have naval control here.
Mm-hmm.
But instead we decide to make some swordsmen and play defense.
Mm-hmm.
We could be playing attack.
Yeah, because when you look at Anva's army, it doesn't look really strong. So it's kind of like Anva is kind of bluffing that they want to make a push, whereas like they are not really doing much, and like they are shifting towards a navy.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Anva is building economy in order to support a navy, and I think they're doing that really well in this game here.
Mm-hmm. And also one small thing. So I was also surprised that ahtoq did not do anything with his catapult, even though they, for example, had giants. So I think it would make sense to make a port in this one tile there in the center, and like eliminate this catapult.
So, I mean, if you make a port there, anything you put in the water just gets. Or you mean put a giant in the water there?
Yeah, like a juggernaut, and then like, because Anva can't really kill it or like make a huge damage because it's the corner tile. So unless they move the catapult back, so like I think I would risk it, because the reason why this catapult actually survived that long is that ahtoq did not have vision on it, because otherwise a single archer or 2 would have killed it. So that was kind of a problem the whole game for ahtoq, this single catapult.
That is true, and it doesn't even have to put a giant in the water.
Or even like uncover the catapult, so put any unit there, because it uncovers the catapult, and then you can shoot it. So maybe a juggernaut would have been a waste. I agree, but like sending a warrior or a rider there after like bouncing or something, this could really make a difference, because he could see that there is a shoreline and the catapult is there probably.
Yeah, he could see the stones flying in, so he knew where it came from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and he did also. That was also important. He did see that Anva was putting stuff in the water. He did know Anva had ports, and that's the moment that okay, I can't lag behind too far.
Yeah, and especially that he had time, because Anva did not have 10 units immediately. Yeah. They had 1, and so ahtoq was able to claim those 2 villages in the northeast, and then actually still border growth, or even use this port for this city in the north. So he was 4-2 in this water battle, and they still lost.
But this one thing that's here on turn 15, he buys ramming before
doesn't do anything with it.
capturing.
Mhm.
He doesn't do anything with it. He hasn't
Mhm.
even made a port to put
Yeah.
regular units in the water here. So he
Mhm.
buys ramming before even having his first scouts, and that I think is not ideal for his economy.
Mhm.
It would probably
Yeah.
be better to.
Yeah, but this not using the smithery tech is kind of stunning, because they not only had this nice 3 mine spot for a forge, but other like level 2 spots. So
It's literally like a free giant in their capital.
yeah, exactly, and like a kind of highway to markets, and kind of getting so like winning this game in the like a long game, late game. Sorry.
I have another note here.
Okay.
Can you go to turn 3?
Hmm.
That is way back. And we see an upgrade of that capital for ahtoq.
Hmm.
It's going to be controversial, but what do you think? What do you think about taking an explorer in the capital?
I personally don't like it as much, but it might be old-fashioned that way. Just because I really want my capital, because I really like my capital economy. Now, in this case, seeing this here, you might consider it specifically to reveal the enemy here, but you don't have any guarantee that it goes here. I think if the explorer doesn't go here, it's not all that good. Oh wait, actually, sorry, new explorer rules. Explorer will go here, then it will go here, then it would loop around this way.
It will have to go around because you do have climbing.
Yeah, so it goes here first, then goes here. At this point, knowing the explorer rules, it might either go to this mountain or go down here. So there was a big chance that the explorer would.
I don't know. It's risky business. But what's your point? Why this explorer would have been like a game changer?
The odds of revealing the opponent here are. I mean, if you put off the fog, I think we guarantee a meet here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that could be kind of a big change in how we can set up this early game, because this also would have given us way more chance to reveal the actual catapult and such, which would be kind of a game changer. So
Yeah,
I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm not saying.
But this is like in hindsight, so it's
of course. I'm just curious if that might have been a good play here, because we don't usually take.
How many points would ahtoq get for this meeting?
He would get 5 stars.
Yeah.
So we have a.
Okay. Yeah. Then I see it, but it's like it's a risky business.
It's a risky play.
Yeah.
The thing is also you don't just get 5 stars for the explorer. You get 5 stars now, which means you don't get those same 5 stars when you meet him later. So you, if you do the explorer early, purely for the stars, you need to make sure that you actually can do something with the stars. If you would just have gotten explorer and upgraded this city to level 3 anyway, then he wouldn't really have had any advantage of having the stars there. He couldn't make any more units. So I don't think there was much point in pushing for that extra economical boost. So it would have been purely for the vision. Now, if he wants to get vision of his explorer, of his opponent, he can still take an explorer here, which I think he might do.
Yeah, I think he took it
do it
there.
But it, yeah. kind of somehow goes
Yeah,
the
you
wrong way.
went left. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the thing with mountain explorers, and that's one of the reasons that buying an explorer when you have climbing is risky, because explorers nowadays, they look for the spot that reveals most. If you're standing on this mountain, you can step down to here, you reveal 3 tiles. Really nice. If the explorer now steps up twice, it reveals 4 tiles. So for the explorer, this mountain tile is more valuable. So the explorer will go up there. Only if there was a mountain down here, could it have also gone down. So explorers nowadays are a bit... explorers with climbing is a bit wonky in that regard. You see more, and you have good chance of revealing a lot of the map, but it's difficult to funnel them, and they might do weird movements that regular explorers would not do. It was a valuable explorer, though. I mean, he revealed a lot of vision. He got a lot of vision in the north. He knew where to send units. He knew how to build up his economy. So I definitely would say it was a wasted explorer. But yeah, it would have been a lot better if it had been able to go to the south here.
Yeah. Yeah, so I still think it's like a kind of rookie's mistakes that kind of bunched up together and were like a source of this defeat. Yeah, because taking a 3-tier tech and not actually using it, just using it for units is a big waste. This is like something you don't do.
Yeah.
Anything else that you would like to add?
I think it was general a really interesting match.
Yeah.
With all the back and forth here on this site. It was interesting to see both players make very good use of the fact of their range units, of their terrain control. I mean, here you had the lake, which gave Anva a lot of control over this side of the lake. ahtoq had to play quite far back, but because he was playing so far back, and because he had a border goat like this, he had a lot of control of the terrain. So all of this area was his. I could not reach that. ahtoq could use the range units without any problem. And so both players were in really strong, really well defended position there. And they played, in my opinion, they played that quite well. Also, with the mindbenders here, it's not often that we see so many mindbenders, but they were really useful. Because the mindbenders made it so that the giants could maybe still advance, but they would advance 1 or 2 turns slower. And 1 or 2 turns slower, it's a risk when you're in Archer land. Because 1 or 2 turns, the giant is dead when he arrives. So yeah, in my opinion, a really nice...
nice battle between
A really nice battle.
Archers and riders, because Anva did not have any range units except the catapults.
This guy here.
So yeah, this guy here, yeah.
Masterfully placed catapult.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Thank you guys for coming. Maybe one small thing before we go. So Mr. BlueberryCheesecake is back on YouTube. They had a break to sort out some things in their lives, but they are back to posting. So I'll put our link in the description. So go ahead and give them a like, watch their videos, subscribe. This is a really top quality content, so don't hesitate and support your channel.
Thank you. Stay tuned for the April Fool's video, by the way.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, we are looking forward to it. Okay, everyone. Sorry. One last thing. I forgot about our poll. So let's see who won. Okay, so the audience disagrees with your gentleman. It's 71 to 29. Ai-MO wins 17 votes. Thank you, everyone, for casting your votes. So that was our I-MO Polysseuum I-MO highlights. See you next month for the Imperius highlights. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you our beautiful guests, and see you on the next one.
Goodbye.
Yes.
Bye.